Raphael will discuss how to focus on a growth of data usage and offer customized data-only plans. Hello, Raphael. It's nice to see you.
Hello, Eva. Thank you. Happy to see you again, and thanks for having me.
Over to you.
Great. So, yeah, data-only offerings. It's a very interesting topic that actually led to the foundation of Digital Republic. See if this works. Yes, it works. So just a few words to Digital Republic. We're an MVNO in Switzerland. We're on the market for now 3.5 years. And we were able to grow from 3 employees or the founders and me to now 22 employees and around 30 developers for our system. Our focus is on data-only services. So we all know that like the mobile subscriptions, this is just a red ocean. There are like millions of users that have a smartphone, but for MVNOs and MNOs, it's actually always the same. We are not growing very much. We are just trying to get new customers from our competitors. And yeah, this is just hard to do. And but where we are having a big increase is in the use of IoT devices. So McKinsey, there's a small mistake. It's not the number of businesses, but the number of businesses that use devices for IoT increases to 43 billion by 2023. And we're already at that point. As you can see, as I mentioned before, it's like the just regular phones. They are not growing. It's not like there's a million of new devices coming to the market every year. But within IoT, there is a constant growth, and it's getting even more and more and more. So this is where we put our products to and said, okay, this is where we need to adapt, and we need to give the opportunity not only to private customers, also to businesses and SMEs to be able to use data subscriptions for their internal use cases. So what did we do? We decided to create data plans that can fit to any use case that is out there. And our subscriptions, they are based not on data consumption, as it's very well known. It is based on speed. So we have different speeds, but the data is always unlimited. Because we said what decides for the need is the speed and not the data consumption. Because even if you have like a sensor or a gateway that only uses a few megabytes, that could maybe exceed because there is a firmware update that needs to be done and so on. So we said, okay, let's keep it all unlimited, no matter what speed that you have. So as you can see on the slide, we start with a very slow speed that is 0.4 down speed and 0.2 upload speed in Mbits. And this is actually the one subscription that is mostly used by all of our industrial customers that have any use case in industrial ways. I will come to those use cases a little bit later. And we go up gradually to a flat 1, which is a 1 and 0.5 Mbits. And then we have like the flat 10. This is one of our best sold subscription, not only among businesses, but also among private customers, because also private customers, they have the need for connectivity for their IoT devices. It's talking about smart homes, second devices, smart cars, and so on and so on. So yeah, and the next ones like the flat 50, 300, and 2000s, these are the subscriptions with more bandwidth. For example, the flat 50 can be used for mobile working. You have a hotspot with you and you are traveling a lot, so you need some kind of connectivity for your work. But that's already enough. But also for stationary use, like the flat 300, which can be used as an office router, as office internet connection, and also to replace the fiber to the home connection. And a little example, in our office, we are 20 people working on the flat 300 subscription with 5G, and it works just flawlessly. This is great. And the flat 2000 is a 5G only subscription that can be really used for high bandwidth use cases. Also, what we have decided to do is to include 5G in all data plans, because For us, 5G is not something that should be upsold. It's something that should be included already. So for 5G, we're not talking about just the speed. It's about the latency, it's the network availability, and so on. So we think this should be included in all the services. Yes, so I think my clicker is not working. There we go. So what do we address? So first of all, when we founded Digital Republic, we said we want to focus only on B2B clients because especially SMEs, they have the need, they have use cases coming up, but they are not getting very good prices or opportunities from the big MNOs because they are focusing on corporate companies. And if you're an SME, you just get the prices you get. And we said, okay, we need to solve that problem. Let's just look at all those use cases that are out there. For example, one of the big topics in our company are now our photovoltaics and e-charging stations for electricity cars. They all need to have some kind of connectivity. And we decided to go to those SMEs that install those installations. And until now, most of the time, there was the case like you had an electrician, he installs the charging station and tells his client, yeah, you need to organize a SIM card for that to have the connectivity. So we are now giving him the opportunity to say, just integrate the SIM card as one of your own services. And the end customer just receives a complete package that is completely finished, and there is nothing else for him to organize. And this can be applied to any other industry, like surveillance. You don't have Wi-Fi everywhere available where you put a security camera. Or also logistics. Logistics, if there is a truck on the road, they have a scanner, they have sensors for the humidity or for the temperature in the back of the truck. Payment systems, digital signage, agriculture. Agriculture is amazing. Those tractors, they are now more than spaceships than a tractor before. They all need to be somehow connected. But we are not going to the end customer. We are going to the supplier. The supplier is our partner. He takes our offering and completes his own offering. So this is why we started. We started with B2B. But when we launched Digital Republic, we suddenly realized there are more and more private customers ordering our SIM cards from our web shop. We thought, oh, wow, what's happening? Why are more and more private customers ordering our SIM cards? And we realized they are using them for mobile hotspots, for laptops, for tablets, as a second SIM for their phone, also for surveillance in their homes, and so on. And now, at this point, we are at around 60% private customers and 40% B2B customers. Although the private customers, they use less SIM cards, for example, 1 to 2 SIM cards, but the business customers, they use around 5 to 10 SIM cards. And this was very interesting to see, and we are really happy that that also private customers actually looked at our product, which was actually designed for business customers. Here you see just a little growth rate on our subscriptions and how they are spread. So you see the 0.4 and the 1, they are almost the same like the 10 and the 50. And this is spread like this because there are more private customers now using the 10 and the 50 for their personal needs. And the businesses that use the 0.4 and the 1, they are even. And there are some few that really, you know, I don't know the word in English. Let me just think. They cancel their subscription with the fiber to home provider and switched to a data-only SIM card for their home. For example, I'm now speaking to you through my data SIM card that is in a router at my home. But the core of our offering is somehow the manageability for all those subscriptions. So we don't have like a 1 year or 2 year contract that needs to be signed for every SIM card. We deliver the SIM cards in an inactive state to our customers. They take them on stock, and they can take them out of their stock at any time that they want and activate them in their own customer portal. So we have designed this state-of-the-art customer portal where they can manage the devices, their SIM cards, they can activate them, they can deactivate them, they can upgrade the subscription, they can downgrade the subscription, and just do everything that they want. We have a customer care in-house, but we are putting everything into self-service of the customer. We don't want to bind them. They should decide when they want to use the SIM cards and when not. And of course, we have customer care because sometimes they just need it, but the self-care center is just the best way to go. And I would really love to give you a short demonstration of the portal that is actually better than in a demonstration like this. So if I'm able to share my screen, I can just show you that. So do you see my screen? Perfect, looks like so. So as I said, this is our customer portal. It's highly scalable. You see inside of this one, I have 82 active SIM cards. This is scalable. We have customers that have 600, 700 SIM cards in here active. So once they need a new SIM card, they just go in here and they add a new device, either with the physical SIM card, or they just book an eSIM within 2 to 3 minutes. I can show you that. So you have an IoT device, and you can give it a name, and you just call it, yes, this is charging station 1. And you choose your subscription within here, so you don't need a lot of bandwidth for a charging station, and you don't need any phone calls and SMS. And within this short period of time, you can decide, do you want to automatically renew it or not? You can use it only for 30 days. And if you only use it for 30 days, you only pay for 30 days. And if you want to use it for more than 30 days, you can just turn on the automatic renewal, agree this, complete it, and now your eSIM is being created in the background, and within 3 to 4 minutes, you receive the QR code or the string for implementing the eSIM in your device. And as you can see, it is already visible here in our cockpit, and this is the place where our customers work. They see all of their devices. They can also filter and show all the inactive SIM cards, for example, if they have like devices that came back from their customers, maybe they're going to be sent out again. So they just book a new subscription on that SIM card. They don't need to throw the SIM card away. They say, okay, we want to have a flat 10 on this SIM card. They just submit this, and the SIM card is reactivated within 1 to 2 minutes. Also, if they want to turn off any devices. So let's say this one is one I did today, and we realized, oh no, we actually don't need this for very long, for 10 days. They just turn the auto renewal off. And then you see the subscription ends in 30 days. So we are really giving the control to our customers. It is, of course, a danger or a problem, because if a customer doesn't want to stay with us, he can leave just now. But we rely on the trust that the customer gives us, because freedom creates trust, and we give our customers all the freedom they want to have. Also, subscription changes. Let's say they have somewhere a subscription active like the 0.4, and it's not enough. So they just change their subscription, they go on a higher speed, and it is active within 1 to 2 minutes. They have more speed available. The same goes for the downgrading. And for businesses, this is really important because it is easy, and especially for small SMEs, small companies, they really know what they pay. They're not in long-term contracts, or they have like a minimum or a certain amount of SIM cards that they need to take, which is normal for MNOs in our country, that they give like a minimum order quantities and so on. And for the last part, especially for the SMEs, we offer APIs, and we really want to accelerate automation. And with the APIs, they can integrate all those activities that I just showed you, like upgrade, downgrade, activate, deactivate, and so on. They can do this all with the API and integrate it into their own systems. Yeah, so this is the service of Digital Republic. We are also looking to bring this system outside of Switzerland. We are having a great of success right now. And yeah, of course, we're also looking for opportunities to bring this system outside of Switzerland, because it's adaptable, and it just needs, we can connect it to any MNO, and the front end and the back end is all created by us. So I'm going to stop it here. And voila. So yes, this is Digital Republic, focusing on data only. Of course, we had the requests of many of our clients. They really liked this, and around 2 years ago, they came to us and asked, "Can't you not also make phone calls available?" And we said, "Well, we could, but why should we? It's a red ocean." And we had so many requests to do this, so we decided to offer also phone calls and SMS, just like to make a regular mobile contract. And but it's only an option. For our services, the phone calls are just an option that you can turn on or off if you need it or not. Thank you very much for your patience, and I'm happy to answer any questions now.
Thank you so much, Raphael. We have a couple of questions here. So we've got 7 at the moment. I just wanted to remind our audience that if you would like to ask any questions, please type them into the Q&A box in the toolbar at the bottom of your screen. It's the Q&A box that works for questions. I'm going to move to questions now. We have a question from Santiago. Did you find MNOs reluctant to this model? If so, how did you manage it?
So in Switzerland, we are working with one MNO, and we are actually complementing the MNO, because our MNO, he's focusing more on corporate companies, and this is not our focus, because we cannot, or we could, but we don't handle the big corporations. Also, we don't have the prices or the price flexibility as an MVNO to give them. But for the SMEs, this is just something we fill a gap that couldn't be filled by the MNO.
Another question, how Digital Republic, sorry, it keeps jumping. How Digital Republic makes speeding limit? Is it make on MNO or MVNO side? And is it simple to set another speed level, and how long can it take?
So we do this on the MNO side. So we decide which speeds that we want, and we elaborate this with our MNO. And once it's decided what speeds we are going to offer, we just connect our API integration with the MNO and book those services that we have agreed on.
What is your average life of a customer so far?
So as we are on the market only for 3.5 years, it's very difficult to say. Also, as you can see in our model, it's very hard to have a customer lifetime value. Once we agree on a contract, we don't know if it's going to stay 24 months or 12 months. So right now we are still getting the numbers. What's for sure is the business customers, they have a very, very low churn, because once they start implementing our SIM cards, they keep growing. And once they reach the point where it costs more to change, they mostly won't leave anymore. Because when they have like 100 to 200 SIM cards out there in their devices, even if someone else offers them a cheaper price, they are calculating the TCO and say, oh, but if I need to change 200 SIM cards, that costs me like a lot of money, and I won't get that money back within the next 3-4 years. So that is really good on B2B. So they really have a low churn. But in B2C, of course, we have a lot of people, they just come and try it, and then they go again, and then maybe they come back. So yeah, but general speaking, B2C is around roughly 12 months from the data we have now, but B2B is much longer.
Thank you. If you offer unlimited, how do you relate this with your MNO wholesale agreement?
So our wholesale agreement is for sure is unlimited. So even if we buy the speeds, and we buy the speeds unlimited. So we don't make our calculations, not like we buy the volume of data and then we need to take the risk of someone exceeding the limits and so on. No, we really buy limited speeds. And I mean, with the 0.4, even if you let it run on a full speed for 1 month, there's not very much data that can go through. But yeah, so we are really buying the speed. It's not any volume.
Mm-hmm. For voice-enabled SIMs, do the users need to be residents of Switzerland?
No, we also offer this for tourists that come here. We just need to make the regular KYC, as everybody knows. We have all the whole customer journey is digital, and if someone comes from outside and wants to use the SIM card, he just needs to go through the KYC, and then we allow them to have a SIM card with us.
Mm-hmm. Which vertical is the most profitable for you?
So at the moment, it's of course it's energies, all these services around energies, which is electricity providers. Also, we're talking about smart metering. I mean, all the houses they have electricity, and the electricity companies need to count that. All these devices, they need SIM cards, and we are talking about thousands per just one small village. So energy, photovoltaics, and e-charging stations, especially in Switzerland, this is like at the moment the most profitable one. What also is very interesting is IT service providers that actually just want to make great upsell to their customers. So they put on a network service to a company, and they just put them a fallback opportunity into their installation with the 5G router and the SIM card of us.
Mm-hmm. Can the MVNO software solution you showed us be available for other MVNOs, or is it just in-house built?
No, this software I just showed, this is available for other MVNOs. And if you're interested to have a demonstration on that and how you could implement that as for your own MVNO, we are happy to share that and make a demonstration, and also would connect you with our founders. That would be the right people to talk to.
Mm-hmm. So question, how can we bring this system to Afghanistan, and what will be terms and conditions for becoming your agent?
Best is you send us an email to that topic, and we can get in touch with you to discuss this any further.
Great, thank you. Just very last one. What about roaming within AU and beyond? Question mark?
Yeah, this is something I didn't show. Of course, every client can use the customer portal to add any roaming packages. So we have 1, 3, 5, 10 gigabyte packages for data, and they are valid from 1 year for 1 year. So you can book on one SIM card a 10 gigabyte package, which is valid for 1 year. You just use one part of it tomorrow, one part of it in 3 months, one part of it in 7 months when you go to Austria, Germany, and so on. So this is possible, and of course also for calls, this can be enabled on any SIM card.
That's great. Thank you so much, Raphael. That's all of the questions that we've had. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much for having me, and have a nice day. Bye.
Bye. Bye.